Let's try to see one more important method called join. Okay, let me tell you the why do we require the join. Okay, so I'm moving back to the thread demo and assume that this thread demo class has obviously these two methods, right, like function A and function B. Okay, I'm just putting these two, sorry, the statement of these functions in the comments for a moment right now. We are going to create a class called number generator. Okay, and here in this class, let's make it the runnable. Okay, so implements runnable, and when I implement runnable, I must have to implement the run method. Okay, otherwise it will show you the error. Okay, and here we are going to have two functions, that integer generate number one function. Okay, we are having two functions, both are going to generate the random number. Okay, so to generate the random number in Java, I can use the function called random number generator and call a method on that, that is next integer. It will generate some random number over here. Okay, and let me make it integer, it's okay. And then I'm going to have one more, that is integer generate. Okay, and from the run we are going to call it, and let's have two instance variable over here, that is integer number one, integer number, and number one is equal to generate number one, number two is equal to generate number two, like this. Okay, and what we are going to do, we are going to have two threads, like the thread one is going to call this generate number one, and thread two is going to call the generate number two. Okay, so what we can do over here, that let's create a object of that class. The class name is number generator, so number generator n is equal to new number generator. Okay, and let's create a thread on that thread, t nog1 is equal to new, and thread t nog2 is equal to new thread. Okay, and we are going to assign the reference of n over here, so n with the name. Okay, let's say that 1 is the name for the first thread, and n comma 2 is the name for the second thread, like this. Okay, and we are going to call the method, that is start method. So start, and then t dot to dot start. Okay, right, and both of the thread are going to call the run method, this one. Okay, just I have to differentiate both of the thread over here, so I'm going to use the same technique, that is the thread dot current thread. Okay, so here that both of the threads are going to generate the number, and the number would be assigned to this instance variable. Okay, and remember this thing, that the threads shares the instance variable. Okay, so for the thread, this instance variable would be same as like the static variable, right? So we are just generating two numbers, and in the main what I'm going to do is, let me take this main code outside this main. Okay, let me create a new main, another main, that is main 1 2. Okay, just for the sake of simplicity I'm doing this, otherwise it's not required. Okay, and I'm just pasting the same code. Okay, and here inside this main, suppose if I'm writing that s out, and let's run this. And here you can see that the thread has generated 0, and the another thread has generated some number. Okay, let me run it once again. Oh, here there is something wrong. What's wrong? That the one of the thread is not generating any number, but another thread is generating a number. Okay, so there is something wrong. So what's wrong? So here, guys, what is happening that the main thread is keep on executing this two statement, while it might have happened that the another threads like the this thread, that T number G1 and T number G2 might not have generated the number. Okay, so what is happening over here that the main thread is finishing it as its execution without waiting for the execution of these two threads which it has created. Okay, so here we require some sort of synchronization. That means that the main thread is supposed to wait until and unless the both of the threads finish their work. Okay, and how can I achieve that? That I can achieve with the help of method called join method. So here what I can do, I can call the method that is t number 1 g1 dot join method. What is the meaning of this method? This method says that the main thread shall wait until the t number g1 thread finishes its execution. Okay, the same thing that we require to do for what? T2 T number G2. Okay, so that is join. Okay, and here I can write the same thing, that is main thread will shall wait until T number G2 thread finish its execution. Okay, so here it is showing me the error. What is the error? It says that it is unhandled exception. It throws the check exception called interrupted exception. So I must have to write the statement within the try and catch. So let me write that. So I, and I'm going to write a catch over here, catch, and the exception is the interrupted exception E. Okay, system.out.println e dot, sorry, let me print e only. Okay, so now if I run the application, I'm going to get the correct output, that I'm going to get the random number from both of the threads. Let's see that. Let's run it, and here you can see that we are getting some random number from both of the thread. Now I'm not going to get the 0. Okay, you can see that.